I don't want to waste your time in this video. This is the exact meal I eat every single morning that allowed me to get big biceps. So here are the ingredients. We've got full fat milk. We have got some porridge, just simple oats. We've got a knife. We have a big bowl, big spoon, some cinnamon. You don't have to add that if you don't want to. Some organic, like real peanut butter. So literally, I don't know if you can see that. Where is it? It's got peanuts in it. It's got peanuts and it's got salt, and that's it. So no like sunflower weird oils or anything like that. And then of course we have a pan and like a whatever this thing is, spatula type of thing. So to begin with, all we want to do is fill up this with full fat milk to about 400 milliliters. So if I go up like this, so depending on the portion sizes you want to have, this is about 400 milliliters. So you can see that's 0.5 liters right there, and it's just very close. You don't have to be exact with this, but just more or less, right? Okay, and then what we have to do is obviously light this thing up. Okay, so I've lit this up, and it's just below medium heat. So it's sort of like low to medium heat. That's where I find it the best. Okay, and then now we need some scales. So got some scales right here. Let me just move you backwards. Got some scales. And we're just going to measure out the oats. Nice and simple. So I like to do, let me think, about 140 grams. So obviously, as I said, depending on how many calories you want to get, how much protein, whatever your macros are, you can change this. But I like to do 140 grams. There we go, 140 grams. And 400 milliliters of milk. And then obviously you're just going to pour this right in here like that, nice and simple, and just get stirring. Just stir a little bit. So you don't actually want to stir it loads. Like I used to stir it, just constantly stirring it. But just for now, just make sure it's all nice and mixed in, and that's fine. And also notice the consistency. So I like to do it where there's loads of milk on top, right? Look, that's all milk there, but then underneath there's lots of oats, because all the oats will expand, and obviously it'll get very big and very thick. So I personally don't like having super thick porridge. You know, it's like rock hard. I don't like that. So I like to just start off having it very nice and like milky, nice and liquidy, and then it can expand later. So then I'm just gonna wash this off, so give me a sec. All right, so I've washed that off, and now I get the peanut butter. So if I just move you backwards. So I get a little spoon, I think that's a tablespoon, whatever that is, a teaspoon, whatever. And then we want to get a very generous chunk of this thing. So like a big, I don't know how many grams it is, but that, right? So it's like it's a lot, right? It's more than the spoon is. And then you're just going to push it right back down into the porridge, just like that. I'm just going to quickly put this in the dishwasher. And then we want to mix this in. So it's a little bit difficult to mix, and also I can't bend the camera down. Let me see if I can. So now we want to like press down like this, and we want to sort of chop up the peanut butter. So you'll notice there's like big clumps, like there's big clumps there. So you're just gonna knock it down just like this, nice and simple. And then, oh, bit of a spillage there. And then just go round and round and round. Basically just mixing it all up and making sure it's nice and soft. Because when you're eating it, you don't want like big ass clumps while you're eating it. So make sure it's all nice and mixed in. Nice and easy. Look, so now there's not really that many clumps left. It's more just porridge now. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, have a piece of fruit, whatever you want. I like to use banana because it's got potassium in it. It's like electrolytes, right? So it just keeps you nice and full for the day. You can use blueberries, raspberries, whatever you want. I just like using a banana. Okay, and we're not even going to stir this for a little while, but you'll start to notice it goes a little bit bubbly, like that. You can see a few little bubbles there, and it gets sort of like thick around the edges. See how it's like bubbling, it's going up a bit, right? So once that happens, then all you're going to do is you're just going to take it off and just start stirring it, and really get into the corners, into the ridges of the pan. Really getting round just like this. So really getting into the corners, bringing it round like that. Then you're just going to leave it for a bit. I might actually add a bit more milk because I think it's too thick just for now. So I'm just going to add a little bit more milk just like that. because I don't like thick porridge, as I said. So just make sure it's nice and stirred in, and this will expand, so you'll notice it gets a lot thicker now. And then just leave it for the time being and wait for it to start bubbling and stuff again. So as you can see, it's starting to bubble once again. See around the edges, and it starts to get a little bit thicker. So you see over time it gets thicker around the edges, like around about there, and it's sort of getting like almost clumpy, but that's just the bubbles and the air bubbles. So again, once that happens, then you're just going to take it off and just start going around the edges, and I can feel it almost sticking to the side of the pan now, which is a good thing because it's almost done at that point. So this is quite thick, so once it gets to a consistency that you're happy with, this is almost done. I'm just going to leave it for another couple of seconds. Once you find a consistency that you like, you don't want it too thick, you don't want it too runny, then you can just pour it into the bowl. So I'm just going to take this out for now. And now I think it's at a point where I can turn the gas off and then pour it into here, just like this. And make sure you get all of the porridge out. So from inside there, you can see, making sure you get it all out. So really get around the edges and everything to get every last droplet out into the bowl. Then you want to get your fruit, whatever that may be. For me, it's a banana, and then just chop it up onto the porridge, just like that. And don't miss. Very easy, all done. And then if you've got any, you don't have to add this obviously, it's got like 2 calories in it, but you can add some cinnamon just for a little bit of a dash of flavour. Also, this is so difficult to get out, this little dispenser, whatever it's called. Dead hard to get out, so you get like massive clumps. And there you go. That is your porridge fully completed. And look at that, look how banging that is. Got tons of calories, got a decent amount of protein, and it takes like what, 5-10 minutes to make, dead easy, tastes amazing, and fully natural ingredients, right? Even down to the peanut butter, it's not got any weird chemically oils or anything in. So that is exactly how you make that. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later. Good night.